Over the last several years, beer has become a bigger part of the Eugene economy. New breweries have opened and existing breweries have expanded and grown. One of the new kids on the block is the Falling Sky Brewery. Falling Sky just celebrated its 1-year anniversary. One of the elders of the brewing community, Hop Valley Brewing Co., is now in the process of expanding after 5 years in business. Falling Sky owner Jason Carrier says one thing he has learned is that there is always room for change.
Really, I guess we just learned about the kind of what we thought, which was that Eugene would really embrace this type of operation. Where we're not just trying to make 4 or 5 great beers and make those all the time. We're just playing around and having fun and making all sorts of different beer styles and making all sorts of different food. We have a smaller system, so we have a lot more freedom than a lot of those other places do.
Unlike some breweries in Eugene, Falling Sky produces on a small scale.
We're a very different business model than Ninkasi or Oakshire, which is very much focused on production brewery, as we call it, so pretty intensive on packaging and on selling through wholesalers, selling a large volume of beer in order to generate their profit.
Located at Oak Street and 13th Alley, Falling Sky is focused on satisfying both the thirst and hunger of the people who walk through their door.
We are more on the brew pub restaurant side of things. We have a pretty big focus on the restaurant here, and we make, I think we all think that we make award-winning beer, potentially once we get a chance to get it out there and stuff, but really we're trying to sell the beer over our own bar to our customers, and that's really profitable for us.
Carrier attributes the success of craft beer in Oregon to the relationship between the producer and the customer.
Oregon has always been about kind of a independent and, back to basics kind of vibe about it, and I think that is what craft beer represents in a lot of ways too. It's connecting people back with the food and beverages that they consume and knowing how it's made and knowing the people that make it.
Carrier predicts the Whitaker district, northwest of downtown, will become the center for brewing in Eugene. Ninkasi is already in the Whitaker, and Hop Valley Brewing Co. recently expanded into the district from its original location in Springfield. Co-owners Trevor and Jonas are in the midst of constructing a new 30,000 square foot brew house and tasting room to accommodate their growing business. The owners give credit to Oregonians who clearly prefer buying locally produced products and helping the craft beer industry thrive economically.
I think it has to do a lot with the local culture, wanting to consume, drink, buy locally, and support their local businesses. And Oregon beer is a big part of that. People enjoy being able to drink a beer that's made in their home state.
Oregon's natural resources also deserve a lot of credit.
We've got some of the best water in the United States, so we can make really good beer. There's a lot of brewers here in Oregon because of the beer culture in the state.
Hop Valley has high hopes to eventually expand beyond the Whitaker district and distribute beer outside the state of Oregon.
Well, we got an email about 2 weeks ago from a group in Hawaii, so I'm trying to get all the partners to go out there. We got to talk to all the distributors out there.
While Falling Sky and Hop Valley have different long-term goals, they agree on the success of the growing beer scene in Oregon.
It's kind of a win-win. People are drinking locally, and we're making beer locally, and it shows when you look at the market data on the percent of craft beer that's sold on the shelf in the state of Oregon. It beats any other state in the United States.